The gameplay you're about to see was captured and recorded by me at a preview event in LA. Thanks to EA for inviting me to the event. Okay, so I've done videos talking about what I like in Skid. I've done a video talking about what I don't like in Skid. So now it's time to talk about what I want to see added to Skid. Now, of course, the game is still in pre-alpha. It's at 0.27 right now, which is a pretty early build. So a lot of what I'm going to say here, it's very likely this is going to be added later on down the line. But a lot of the stuff is unconfirmed, so we really don't know if we're going to get it or not. So I just want to put my 2 cents out there and give my suggestions of some features that I think would fit really nicely into Skid. We're going to kick it off with kind of customization and cosmetic stuff. Board, truck, and wheel sizes and shapes. The most important part of skateboarding in real life is your board setup. Everybody skids a slightly different board setup, and board width especially is a big deal. Some people skate 775 boards, some people skate 8.5 boards, some people skate 9 boards, some people skate old school shapes, egg shapes, pull shapes. Skateboards aren't only a popsicle shape, and they're not all one size, so I would love to see the ability to change your board size to your liking and also potentially change the shape as well. The same goes for trucks. It'll be nice to be able to have bigger trucks or shorter trucks. However, I feel like if you want to simplify, trucks could just scale to the board size and that would probably be fine. It would also be nice to be able to change the shape of the trucks. We have like the Venture shape, the Lurpiv shape, the Independent shape. Not all truck brands look alike. And of course, wheel size as well. Some people like to skate massive 60mm wheels. Some people like standard 52mm wheels. Some people like small, like 49mm wheels. And of course, there's different wheel shapes as well. There's conicals, there's lock-in, there's all sorts of different shapes. So being able to also customize your wheel size and wheel shape would be really cool. All in all, this would just add so many more layers to customization, and you'd really be able to make your board setup your own unique setup. And I think us real skaters would appreciate this level of board customization as well. Also, maybe the addition of deck rails as well. That'd be kind of nice to have. Now, a feature that is in Skate 3 that I would love to see brought back is adjustable truck tightness and wheel hardness. Skate 3 let us choose if we wanted our trucks looser or tighter. Tighter means more stability and slower turns. Looser means that you can kind of carve better and you can take sharper turns easier. And also wheel hardness, so harder wheels will slide longer, softer wheels will have more grip. Because this was in Skate 3, I'm sure that we are going to see this in Skate as well. I think it would be a big shame if they left this out, but again, it would just go really far to let us really customize our board setup. Another thing I think we'll probably see added down the line, but I still want to mention it, is board wear and tear. The same goes for clothes as well. Your clothing getting dirty when you bail. This was also in the previous skate games, but board wear and tear would be great. The more you grind on those trucks, the more they wear down, the more the wheels get dirtier, the more the board gets scratched up, and even possibly board snapping would be really cool. If you try and do a big gap and you bail, if the board snaps, that would be nice. Obviously, I think board snapping should just be a cosmetic thing, and the board just repairs itself, so as not to cause any gameplay problems, but board snapping would just be nice. I would love to see more freedom with sticker placement and also resizing stickers. At the minute, you can put stickers on your board, but only on the nose, the tail, and the middle. You can't adjust the size, and you can't freely place them on the board, and in reality, people generally just place stickers all over their board. Cool to be able to actually place them wherever we like and even resize them to be smaller if we want and have the freedom to even sticker bomb our board. Okay, moving away from cosmetic stuff and into the world and the map, I would love to see a bit more of an interactive world. Again, the map in the world is very much unfinished right now, and the other previous skate games had a much more alive and interactive world, so I'm sure they're going to add this stuff in the future. But right now, everything's very static. I would love to see physics objects, so the ability to knock over trash cans and dumpsters, maybe even move them like the previous games. I want to see a little bit of destruction, so if you bail or if you grind a ledge or something, maybe like a little bit of wear and tear in there as well. Right now, pedestrians just kind of jump out of your way and they always dodge you, but love to see you be able to crash into pedestrians and they knock you down, you knock them down, just like the previous games. And of course, bring back sketching cars. I think at the minute the cars are a bit unfinished. They kind of end up in weird situations and crashing into each other and stuff. I would say they definitely will bring back sketching cars, but that's just an iconic feature that I think every skate game needs. Now, this one might be a little bit specific to my kind of skating, but I would love to be able to no comply and wally out of grinds and manuals. Now, you can wally and no comply into grinds and into manuals, and I love doing this, but you can't do them out. There's a few spots where there's ledges and rails that go into a wall, and I would love to be able to grind that ledge all the way to the wall and actually wally off the end and out of the grind. That would be really cool. No complies would only really work on curbs and small ledges where your foot can actually touch the grind unless you're no complying off the top of the ledge, but it would be really cool to see these. There could be a bunch of cool trick combinations you could do with this, and the same goes for manuals as well. I would love to see the ability to no comply out of manuals and wally out of manuals. There's been so many times where I've been manualing like towards a ledge, and instead of ollieing over over it. I would love to wally over it. That would be really nice. I think making all the tricks kind of work together, it really helps with the flow of the game and just keeps the skating fun and more interesting. I wasn't sure what to call these, but I would really love to see like passive gameplay challenges. And what I mean is challenges that are just in the background that you can just achieve through playing and unlock some special rewards. So say you do 100 kickflips, maybe that's a challenge completed and you get a special little thing for it. Then when you eventually hit 500 kickflips, you get something for that, 1,000 kickflips and so on. Maybe you manual or grind a certain distance and you get a challenge. Just these kind of challenges that are just passively in the background so that when you're actually just free skating and playing, you can unlock little rewards. It's another way just to reward the player more, and also just I personally love little background challenges in games. Pro skaters. Now, I would love to see pro skaters in some capacity. At the minute, we have absolutely no information on pros being in the game, apart from the possibility, and this isn't confirmed, that Sean Malto is voicing Shingo and David Gravett is voicing Slappy. A lot of us are convinced that's fact, but I don't think it's been credited anywhere yet. But I would love to see pro skaters in this game to some capacity, and I think if you're not actually going to add them as NPCs, at least give us voiced challenges, voiced by the pros, and maybe even for specific brand rewards. So say that Eric Costin gives you a challenge and you can win some Nike shoes if you complete the challenge, or Frankie Villani gives you a challenge and you can win some Dickies trousers. So it ties in with the brands that are already in the game, and also it's a way to actually get pro skaters involved and into the game in some capacity. Touching on the replay side of things, it's already confirmed that they are adding advanced features into the replay editor, and it's far from finished right now. But something that I haven't seen in the other skate games that I would love to see here is different camera options and aspect ratios. So give us the option to have just the standard long lens, but then also have an actual fisheye with the distorted corners and the actual like frame. That would be really nice. And also maybe like a 4:3 aspect ratio, like an iPhone mobile aspect ratio as well. Different ways to capture and film the skating so we can really personalize the edits. That would be really cool. And now this one is a little bit crazy, but what if we had a ranked mode? So we know it's an always online game and they're really pushing the multiplayer aspect, and so far they haven't really fleshed out the online challenges. Of course, I would love to see the online challenges like death races and games of skate from the other games return. But what if we had a ranked mode? They could totally do online tournaments, whether it be a ranked game of skate or like SLS runs where you do like a 60-second trick run to get so many points. Someone has to try and beat that run or something like that. If they really want to focus on the multiplayer thing, they have the possibility to really create a cool little online ecosystem of tournaments. This is something that games like Skid or Excel have tried to achieve in the past, and they've kind of tried to step into the esports territory. But a game like Skid, where everyone is much more on the same kind of level, because you can't completely change the physics in that game, right? Everyone's pretty much got the same gameplay. It's just up to them how they play. And the fact that it's always online and they're really pushing this sense of like community and a live world and stuff, they could kind of go down a little esports tournament kind of route with this. Could be something cool that we haven't really seen before. Of course, there is a problem with this, and it could be that if you're a realistic skater like me and you set a realistic line or you set some realistic tricks in skid and a trick liner comes in and then obviously like spams points, they could be really hard to beat. So they definitely would have to work out if maybe there's like a realistic tournament, that there's some sort of system set up so that you could only do realistic tricks, and then maybe there's like a trick lining more unrealistic tournament thing as well. It's separate. I don't know. I think that there's a possibility that they could really do something with this kind of tournamenty thing if they really want to lean into that kind of thing. Let me know what you guys think about that one, because that one was really kind of just off the dome for me. But I think it might be interesting. Okay, so that's pretty much everything that I can think of right now of what I would like to see added. Now, I have no doubt that some of that stuff is going to be in the game eventually. I think some of it might be a bit far-fetched, but I'm going to leave it to you guys now. What would you like to see in Skate? Give me some of your most interesting suggestions that are unique to you. I'd love to hear them. Anyway, guys, as always, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.